Yeah. So, all right. Links, X factors,
You want
links.
me to go first? Or you want to go first?
You can go first. I'm writing down. What should I call it? The standings at the moment.
X factor for the Lynx. I feel like in most years I say Caleb McBride, but I feel like this year I'm gonna say Dejan Carrington.
I like it.
Um, I think Caleb McBride has been so consistent over the past couple of years that at this point you know what you're gonna get from her. Courtney Williams is probably one of those like when she's great, she's great. When she's bad, she's pretty bad. But you've gotten great more often than not, so I feel pretty good about her as well. Bridget Carlson hasn't had the season that she had last year, but she's been probably better defensively than she was last year, even though she was good defensively last year. And then Alana Smith has been more of the same of last year, and then obviously Fia's the MVP. So I would say Dejanay, maybe even Natisha Hydeman, but I would lead towards Dejanay just because of the type of what they're going to rely on her for in the playoffs in
Yeah.
terms of guarding the best player, the best perimeter player. Um, and Courtney Williams said this on the AZ podcast too, where like Caleb McBride was guarding the best perimeter player, and Caleb McBride is not at all a bad defender, but when you have somebody that's an all defensive type of player, you can when you start with Caleb McBride on them, and then Caleb McBride, makes it difficult for them, and then you come in with Dejanay, and it's like, damn, normally when that initial defender goes to the bench, you're like, all right, cool, I got a couple minutes to get my things off before I go to the bench and get my break. Not with the Lynx, because once K Mac goes to the bench, then you got to deal with Dejanay. You still got to deal with Natisha Hardiman, who's really a pest. You still got to deal with Courtney Williams, who really just gonna talk trash to you. Like she's gonna fight over screens. She's gonna fight over everything that she's gonna try to do. And then you still got Caitlin McBride. You still got Bridget Carlton, who are really good defenders as well. So I would say Dejanay Carrington, not really for the offense. Like obviously, if she's making threes and she's able to create for herself or like just make plays, like that's an added bonus. But I think it's more so the defense, really, like just being able to slow down other players, and then Caleb McBride being able to play on that secondary playmaker or that secondary offensive guard to where she doesn't have to tire herself out as much as she probably had to in years like last year chasing around Sabrina Ionescu in the playoffs or in the finals, I should say. Um, I just think from matchups like Seattle potentially, for the Aces potentially, for the Liberty potentially, for the Dream potentially, like that's where you want DJ Carrington. And I think her being able to come into the game and just be a real pest defensively and just be a lockdown defender and really try to irritate their best guards is huge for the playoffs.
Yeah. I agree as well. Being that this is a player that you traded for, yeah. This is a player that you
Mm-hmm.
felt can make a difference for you in the postseason, that could come in and positively impact your team and put you guys over the edge as far as getting the championship goes, because you guys were a couple possessions away from getting the championship last year. I mean, granted, things didn't go your way. We're not gonna revisit that too much, but you guys have shown this, that you are the strongest team out there this season. Winning the Commissioner's Cup. Well, no, they lost the Commissioner's Cup, didn't they? In the end, won the Commissioner's
Yeah.
Cup. Getting back to the
It,
Commissioner's Cup though, and have remained the best team all season, standings wise, and that move to get a player like DJ Carrington, as Tariq mentioned, all defensive talent player, um, someone that can help you a lot out, that can help you out a lot on the perimeter. They really come in really to serve as like a, I don't want to say defensive anchor, but just a defensive
stopper.
defensive stopper that can come in and help your second unit out, or even help your first unit out, or just very like defense wins championships, man.
Yeah.
Defense wins championships. The last three teams that have won a championship have been great defensively. I don't know why I said last three. I meant to say. See, I don't. It feels like this team has already won one, but they haven't. Well, no, you can say the last 3 champions.
Yeah, I mean, it was the
Yeah,
Aces,
you said
Liberty,
New
and
York,
yeah,
Aces,
Aces and
and
Liberty.
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago too. Yeah,
They were good
Chicago
defensively
was good
with Talia
defensively. Yeah,
Copper, and Candace.
defensive player of the year, Candace Parker.
Yeah, talk that talk.
One
But
up.
yeah, I definitely would say Dejanay Harrison as well. All right, the Atlanta Dream, the X factor here.
You want to go ahead?
I mean, I got one thought. I don't know. I'll throw a name out there. We can really discuss this one through because I don't really have like a set person yet. But I'm thinking that it'll be between their bigs, either Bree Jones or Brittany Griner, as far as who would be the X factor for them. Because the teams that are also contending, they have a strong front court, and that really is where the difference lies in terms of these matchups. Is the talent and the skill set in the front courts. I think that while this has been a crazy season from BG, I still think that she has the capabilities of having a good postseason and being effective for the Atlanta Dream. Bree Jones has been good this season as well. I think them two together can really just help strengthen the Dream as a whole in the playoffs with them having their experience that they have. Kind of making things easier for Ryan and Alicia, who don't have as much playoff experience.
Yeah, I would say for me, it's probably Nas,
Mm.
just because she's been so key for them over this recent stretch of games where BG was out, Ryan was out, really in just July, and then this stretch in August, where she's really solidified herself as like the sixth woman of the year. She's been able to start next to Bree Jones and play really well. I think if they can get her to still have that impact off the bench, I think that'll be key for them. And then I feel like with Bree Jones, you know what you're gonna get. BG hasn't been BG this year, but I think in a playoff setting, she's gonna know what she needs to do well. Now, for her, I would just say she got to stay out of foul trouble and set some better screens because that's really been her issue for most of this year. Is just either being injured or setting moving screens that have put her in foul trouble. But uh, Ryan and Alicia, I like. We don't know for sure what they're gonna do, but I trust them enough to say like I can see them having good playoff runs. So I would say Nas Hillman is like that stretch player or that swing player for them. Of like if she's playing to the ability that she's been playing at the last couple of weeks or month or so, she gives them a real chance to compete with the best teams in the league, or at like compete like one of the best teams in the league because they're number 2 right now. So they have to be treated as such.
Not bad, not bad. All right, the New York Liberty, 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 Liberty. Um, X factor for them. Let's see. I feel like the X factor last year was Leonie Fibich, and I feel like that's probably who. I don't know. I feel like she established herself last year, and it's like she set a standard for herself for how she would have to perform this year for them to go back to back. I would think. I would think it would be Natasha Cloud because of the capabilities that she opens up for this team when she's playing at a high level. Um, we saw her play pretty well at the beginning of the season, and she has since been up and down throughout the season. But when she's been at her best, the Liberty have been at their best at times. So I think she can be a difference maker, a real difference maker for the Liberty in the playoffs this upcoming season. Especially defensively too. She helps out Sabrina on
Sure.
the perimeter, and she has a motor, bro. She hustles. She gets after it on the defensive end, and I think whenever you do play against a team like, I'm trying to think who has like, I don't know. I mean, when you play against Atlanta Dream that have um Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard, when you play against the Minnesota Lynx, you have Courtney Williams and Kayla McBride. When you play against Las Vegas Aces, who have Chelsea Gray, Jewel Lloyd, and Jackie Young, you got to do it on the perimeter like that. You want to throw out those people that you know can help disrupt their games and kind of help bring the advantage back on to you.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I've said this the last couple of years. I still think it's Sabrina. Just because the swing factor, I feel like she can give you 30 one night, or there's another night where she could give you 8 to 9. I think efficiency in the playoffs and potentially in the finals is what's key for her. We're still yet to see her play a really efficient playoffs, and it didn't hurt them last year, but it certainly didn't. I don't want to say it helped them. She was able to make enough big time shots to keep them or to help them win the championship. But I feel like if she is efficient and consistent with that efficiency, then it makes them really, really difficult to beat, especially if they have Stewie, Jonquil, and MMA Smith all on the court, or all available, I should say. Because I feel like at this point we know what we're getting from Stewie, we know what we're getting from Jonquil. Um, Even MMA Smith, like she's been known to be a playoff riser, even when she was coming off the bench with Washington. So, and then Natasha Cloud, it's not like you're relying on her to score a ton. You're really looking at her to play similar to DJ Carrington. It's just play really good defense and then knock down the occasional three, and then like set the offense, set the table for certain players. But I feel like when Sabrina plays really well, that's when this team is most difficult to beat. When she is hitting threes at a rapid pace, it's really hard to stop this team. So I would say for the Liberty, I would say Sabrina.
All right, and for the Phoenix Mercury, I would say Phoenix Mercury. If I were to assess Phoenix Mercury, I feel like it'd be led by Alyssa Thomas, accompanied by Kalia Copper and Satu Sabaling. And I would think that their X factor. I mean, I would obviously the supporting cast around them. I'm trying to think of a specific person. I don't know. Who do you think?
For me, I would say Satu.
Okay.
Um, I think again, I keep going back to the swing factor word, but I just
Yeah.
feel like those players that can literally swing a game, swing a series, are always really important. Um, we've seen Alyssa Thomas be the best player on a playoff team, a best player on the team that has gotten to the finals. We've seen Ka be the finals MVP. I think with both of those two on the same floor at the same time, or both of those two being that experience, um, I think it's really key to see what they can do. But or like it's key to have them there and like have that experience, especially when you have DeWanna Bonner as well. But I think Satu on both sides of the floor is going to be super important because if she's able to score at an efficient rate and confident, like in a confident way, I think she just opens the floor up for everybody. Like if she's able to hit that three, then you have to step up on her three. She can drive by you. She can make plays for herself, make plays for others. And then defensively, if she can stay out of foul trouble, she can really help in the paint. She can help on the perimeter. She can help defense. Um, but that's just the thing. It's like she's got to be on the floor. That's why I feel like she's the X factor because when she's on the floor and she's playing really well, it's one of the top teams in the league. But if she's not, it looks like just another one of the top 6 or 7 teams in the league. There's a big gap between 2 and 6, 2 and 7. Um, so yeah, I think if she's playing at a high level, playing like she was early in this season, or playing like when she's played, if she plays at her highest level, this team has a real chance of winning the championship. But if she plays at a level of like I'm really good, but like she's just not pushing it, she's not forcing herself to take it to another gear, take it to another level, then that's where the Phoenix Mercury was struggling with.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that. I think Satu is definitely a ceiling raiser for sure, and I feel that she could have a great impact, as you mentioned. And as similar way as Sabrina Ionescu. Yeah, my fault. I just really didn't have much to add on that one.
Next is the Aces.
Jewel
Right.
Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd. Like, oh, we didn't even talk about Kelsey Plum's like comments on Sue Bird pod, because she kind of talked about why she wanted out of Las Vegas, but
We can do that when we get to the Sparks.
Yeah, but no. As far as the Aces go, Asia Wilson performed at a high level. Some are saying that she's crept her way back into the MVP conversation. Not mad at that, especially being that the Aces are on the run that they are on currently. You got Jackie Young, who's been playing well. She performs well at a consistent rate. Chelsea Gray has been solid, consistent. Only person that has really been very inconsistent this season has been Jewel Lloyd. Now when Jewel Lloyd has been on, it's been great. But when she's been off, it's been terrible. Like, let's keep it a stack. Love Jewel Lloyd, love her game, but the Aces need her to be consistent, especially if they want a shot at a chip. Like, they went from being a contender to being on pace to miss the playoffs to being back on track now, right? As long as they keep riding this momentum and stay on this wave that they're currently on, they'll be fine. But you know what will be very, very, very important for them to be able to stay on this wave is to play with Jewel Lloyd. Jewel Lloyd's gonna have to be consistent in her play. Like, consistent quality minutes, consistently good on a night-to-night basis. And that opens this team up. That opens the possibilities for this team if we get a consistent Jewel Lloyd from them. She's the X factor here. Her play, I don't say single-handedly, but her play has a big influence on the Aces' success this postseason.
I'm not mad at that. For me, I would say Chelsea Gray, just because when Chelsea Gray plays at her best, this team is damn near unstoppable to beat. We've seen her in the one playoff run where she went absolutely berserk.
Oh my god, shooting what, like 70% true shooting?
Literally, like led them to their first championship. And then we saw last year what it looked like when she wasn't 100% wasn't Chelsea Gray. We saw what it looked like in the playoffs where they didn't even make the conference finals. So, for me, it's more of Chelsea Gray just being healthy and being confident. Because even if Joy Lloyd is struggling, Chelsea Gray is gonna find a way to get a good shot. And in the playoffs, she's not like, if you're not making shots, she's not gonna keep just swinging you. I'm gonna tell you that now. And Becky Hammond is also one of those people that's like, you get to the playoffs and you're not making shots, you just not gonna play. Like, but I feel like without Kelsey Plum on the team, the ball is gonna be in Chelsea Gray's hands even more than it has been in the past, just because Jackie Young has improved as a playmaker, but I still don't think she's gonna be somebody that you're like, the ball is in her hands a good amount of times to play make in the playoffs. So I think a lot of things are gonna come down to either AJ Wilson making a shot or making a play for herself, or Chelsea Gray making a play for others or play for herself. Like, I think that's 99% of the time that's what's going to come down to in the playoffs.
Yep.
I think if Chelsea Gray is being efficient and is playing at a high level, that gives them the best chance to win a championship again.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Indiana Fever. Who is their X Factor?
It's hard because everybody hurt now.
That's what I was thinking, bro. Like, I just wrote down Lexi Hall just now. I'm just like, dog, like, is it really like? Cause see, now she have an improved role with Sophie Cunningham out, and it's like I don't know. I didn't really see this team falling out of the playoff race because of the amount of injuries.
Mm.
I mean, I know that's
They
either
still got
six
two All
now.
Stars.
They do have two All Stars. Now they could fall. They could fall to 8. They could fall to 8, or they could fall out. But
I mean, it's really
I'm not
close.
too
It's really close, so they could
optimistic.
end up.
I'm not too optimistic on them and their chances with things being this close, this late in the season, and them having I don't say a lot of ground to make up, but just being without a lot of pieces. Like if this was them, if there were 6 and they had a healthy squad, then yeah, all right. But they 6 and they don't have a healthy squad, and ain't no telling when people are coming back.
Yeah, they still don't have the timetable for Caitlin
Still don't.
as far as I know. So if I know her, well, I don't know her, but knowing what we've seen, I feel like she wants to come back and play.
Yeah.
But I feel like as more injuries start to pile up, they might just sit her for the rest of the season. But they're still, I would say, if she's not back in a week and a half, they probably go ahead and sit her.
Yep.
But if they have like 8 to 9 games left and she's able to come back, I think they let her come back. But if it gets to like 3 or 4 games, I don't know if they test it. Um,
I feel
for
like
me, I would go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like if there isn't what's I about to say? Oh, I feel like if there's not a shot for y'all to win the chip this year, yo, don't even rush back. Like I feel like
That's
y'all
the
can
thing. I
go
mean,
win it and go win it, but if not, don't rush back.
if she comes back, they're still able to run Caitlin, Kelsey, Lexi, Aaliyah, and Natasha Howard. And then off the bench, you still have Odyssey Sims, Michaela Timpson, Dantas. Like they still have a chance. As far as X Factor goes for this team, I would probably say Aaliyah. If Caitlin comes back, I would say Aaliyah for sure. Just because with Caitlin's on the floor, it makes the game a lot easier for Aaliyah. But even when Caitlin hasn't been on the floor, Aaliyah's been able to be pretty dominant this season. And she's been a very good decision maker this year in terms of playing that short role and being able to either choose to shoot the jumper, take it to the rim, or find somebody cutting to the rim or find the open three. And obviously, when Caitlin Clark is on the court, that gravity changes everything. So I would say
Mm-hmm.
Aaliyah Boston is their X factor. Like Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark are obviously their two best scorers,
Yeah.
but with the things that you can get from Aaliyah Boston, especially in a playoff setting where it's typically in the playoffs, it comes down to post players. Um, she's going to be the key for them.
All
After
right.
Indiana, we have who?
We got the Golden State Valkyries.
Can you say the
I
whole
wrote
team?
here.
Just kidding.
You said what?
So can we say the whole team? I said no. I'm just
Honestly,
kidding.
man, like they are still honestly not unidentified, but just more so like just there's not a star identified at least. Not at the moment. Kayla Thornton, their all star is out for the season. So you got like it's really a dice roll with them, you know? In
For
terms of who can
me,
step up. I'll put
I
Veronica
was go
Burton.
ahead. Okay, I'm not bad at that. I mean, she does when she plays well. That's probably when they're at their best.
Yeah.
Like if she has a like she's had some games like she had a game where she had 30 recently, I think. Um yeah, she had 30 a couple games ago. Then she has games where she's got double digit assists, so um, that's not a bad pick at all. For me, I would probably say Cecilia Zandolizini just because this past recent stretch of games where they've won against some like they've won some playoff type of games. Zandolizini, like she has no fear when she's shooting the ball. And she did play for a team that went to the finals last year, so it makes sense. And she's a seasoned vet overseas, so it's not like this is just her actual like second year pro. Like it's just her second year in the W. And I think she has a confidence because the rest of the team is confident in her and has the ultimate respect for her and confidence in her shooting to where she can shoot certain shots where you're like, damn, she's shooting that. But then when she makes it, you're like, okay, like she made that. So you can't really fault her for shooting that shot. So if that three ball is falling at the rate it had been or has been for the past couple of weeks, I think she's the X factor just because Veronica Burton has slowly started to keep or slowly started to prove herself as a point guard in this league, a starting point guard in this league, I should say. And then Janelle Salon has been really good as well. Um, but I think Xander Lazini is like the swing player for them in terms of just being able to put points up on the board at a high level or a high clip, I should say, especially against the teams they're gonna play against because they're gonna play potentially a Atlanta, a New York, or a Minnesota, or maybe even a Vegas. So you're gonna need as much scoring as you possibly can get, and if she's able to hit threes at a high level or a high rate, then it just opens the door for you.
Yeah. Zandolizini has been balling, hooping lately.
Yeah, she's on my fantasy team, so I need to keep doing that.
I need to chill out. Yeah, we still in it, people. I thought I was done. I ain't even bring that up. I thought I was done. But we still in it. Hey, depending on how the
Bro
rest of the
posting on
night go.
TikTok and everything. I said, bro, what, bro?
Depending on how the rest of the night go, we could be closing the gap on that lead. That's who we got. So
Let's see about Atlanta and Gavin Williams play so far. You've had, oh, okay. We'll
yeah,
see. You
points
you might
all
be able to
types of
make it
spread
close.
out. Points all
Yeah, you
type
might have
of
it. You might
points
have to
all
make it
types of
close.
spread out.
It sucks because I have so many forwards that I couldn't play Salon tonight, so I had to take a guess of who I thought was going to play the best tonight. Or I would have had five players in, but I
Oh,
couldn't
that's
play five
tough.
forwards. Yeah. Also, they need to change Haley Jones's thing from it don't got to be from guard to forward, but at least put guard forward. Like I hate that in the
Yeah, they
W.
don't
It's
have
like
that
you either a guard or
flexibility,
you're a
dog.
forward. Like there's literally only two guards in the starting lineup. The rest is forwards or center.
Yep.
Like why do we only have the option to play two guards or have just players are only guards? Like that's just uh, Haley Jones literally be playing the four 9 times out of 10. So like why is she down as a guard? It's really annoying. Uh, but yeah, that's my fantasy basketball rank. What do we have after
The
Valkyries?
Storm.
Is it the Storm?
I said Erica
Gabby
Wheeler,
Williams.
Brittany Sykes.
Gabby Williams. I went on a whole. I did a whole video about it, so I'm not gonna get too far into it. But Gabby Williams for me, just what she's able to do offensively and defensively when she's playing at her best. I don't think. I think she might be the biggest X factor in the entire WNBA. Like it's between her, Satu, and Sabrina for me. Like, that's how good I believe she is. Like we saw what she did with France.
Yeah.
Like I've seen what she's done overseas. Like she has the capabilities of being a player that has can win MVP and be a Finals MVP. But I think there's just certain times where she just allows others to take the forefront, or she like takes a step back and she's just like, okay, I don't want to push it too much. But sometimes you just have to do that. Like sometimes you just have to like, hey, I have the advantage on this matchup. I have the advantage tonight. Like I'm gonna take advantage of it. Or I don't feel like they can guard me, so I'm gonna go right at them. And I feel like she doesn't do that often enough. And when she has, there were stretches of games where she did that a lot, and they won.
Yeah.
And then there's games where certain like Brittany Sykes came in and they were struggling to score in certain spots, struggling to score in half court, and she just has been super passive. So I just want to see her be
Yeah.
more aggressive, more confident, like she was for 90% of the season.
Yeah. You mentioned with your explanation, I'm leaning more towards Gabby Williams being my pick for the Storm's X Factor as well. Just based on the fact that she's able to make a tremendous difference in any basketball game that she's been in. Um, she is that well versed on both sides of the ball and really gets after it, man. Complete difference maker. Complete difference maker. The Los Angeles Sparks.
Oh, I'll go.
Uh,
I'll say Rakia Jackson.
yeah, that's what I was gonna go as
Um,
well.
when she scores like 20 plus points, I don't know what the exact numbers are, but I feel like they're damn near undefeated. Like when they went on their winning streak, she was playing at a super, super high level. Um, and she's still been playing really well, like after the winning streak. But I just feel like when you're able to get, because Azurá Stevens been super consistent, Kelsey Plummer's been pretty consistent. De'Erica Hamby's been really consistent. You get that fourth player that gives you 15 to 20 points on any given night. It just makes you really hard to guard because that's 80 points between four players. Then you just got to get a couple layups or a couple threes from Ray Burrell, get you some blocks and some points from Cam Brink, get you some points, some threes from Julie Alamon. Like it just opens the door, opens the floor up for everybody when you have that many players that can uh, score at a high level. So I would say Rakia Jackson for sure, especially at the position that she plays at. Just in the size that she plays at, like if she's able to hit that three at a good clip, and then is able to play off of that, like once people start to like step out on the three, she's able to put the ball on the floor, make plays, and create for her, or create a shot for herself. It's when it makes them really hard to guard.
Yeah, Rakia Jackson is baller, hooper, um, top tier difference maker, and has a load of potential. We've seen how she's been able to affect this team so far in her young career,
Somebody else
and
left Sabrina White.
really feel like in a couple years they be giving her the keys. So yeah, definitely a difference maker, and definitely someone who is a force on the offensive end, can get to the basket, can score at will, and someone that can defend and rebound as well. Just an all around great player that raises the spark ceiling whenever she's out there on the floor. And last but not least, the Washington Mystics. I wrote down Jade Melbourne and Shakira Austin.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would say Shakira Austin, but Jade Milburn was the first name that popped in my head. But I would say Shakira Austin just because, again, when she's played really well, she had a stretch a couple of weeks ago where she was putting up like numbers to where like Kiki didn't really even have to play or do a ton. That's how good she was playing. So if they can get Shakira Austin to play at a high level with Kiki and Sonia, um, not saying that makes them win a series or they're going to beat Minnesota or New York or anything like that, but it just gives them the best chance to win. Like that's really what X Factor is about. It's like whose swing factor can give you the best chance to win. And if they don't play well, how likely is it that you lose? And I think Shakira Austin, when she's on the floor and healthy, has the potential of being one of the best centers in the league. So her being on a team where, or her being in a position where she's not even looked to be one of the best players in the league or one of the best centers in the league, where she's just like, she can just go out and just play. I think that puts them in a great position because you know what you're getting from Sonya, you know what you're getting from Kiki, even though it's going to be playoffs. So it's going to be a different setting. Um, I just feel like if you can get Shakira to be that, or even Jade Melbourne to play at a high level at the point guard spot, just making threes, making plays for other players, like I think it just opens the door for everybody else. JC Sheldon would be in that conversation too, but she's hurt right now, and I don't know where the timetable is.
Yeah,
That's our X factors.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's our X factors for all the playoff or playoff potential teams. So if your team wasn't talked about, it's because they're not gonna make the playoffs. Sorry to you. And obviously, we did 10, so there's gonna be 2 teams that don't make the playoffs, but they're still in the conversation. They are still firmly in position to be able to make the playoffs. So that is why they were in the conversation.
Yes. All right, and for our last segment of the day, we're doing a draft.